All right. So, if you've been watching the live streams for a while, and this might be a surprise to some of the video viewers, completely off-topic video. I've been working on a card game well, not behind the scenes, but I'm working on the card game on the live streams and on my own personal time. And finally, after getting help from a friend of the channel, we were able to get a very rough online program to playtest the card game. Now, because Ozra and has been asking for a video about the rules, and because I'd also like to get feedback on these rules as well, I'm going to be making this video here, and then afterwards we'll be playing a bit of a demo game with Newhin. The guy who's been making the artwork for the cards. Say hello, Newhin.
Hello over there, guys. What's up?
Yeah, you all know Newhin. He does my thumbnails and everything. And so, yeah, since this is my first time doing something like this, it's going to be a little rough. But I guess first before I get into these are all the different card types currently in the game. I guess I'll go over the rules very briefly for how you actually play the game. So, right off the bat, the goal of playing this game is to destroy your opponent or I guess beat your opponent. I know, kind of cringe, but bear with me on
We
this one.
basically send cards from the top of our deck every time we get some damage, and then you can finish up the game by doing a finish and blow with either unit you have in your field.
Okay, so just in case that sounds confusing, we will demonstrate it during gameplay. But basically, every time you hit a rested leader, which I'll talk about leader types or leader positions in a moment. Every time you hit a rested leader with any number, you will lose that number from your deck. Once you have no cards in your deck, your opponent has to directly hit you again, and then you lose the game. So you do not lose at 0. You don't lose if you don't have any cards to draw. You lose when you get either beat by an alternate win con, or if you get hit directly with 0 cards in hand. Or 0 cards in deck, not hand, my apologies. So, that is the overall way you win the game. You get 50 cards in your main deck, and you get a leader deck that's supposed to vary from anywhere from 10 to 15 cards, but for the purposes of this demo deck, we do not have that, but that wouldn't really matter for the starting set. And those are the way you win that's the way you win the game. So before we go into how you actually play the game, I kind of want to go over the different types of cards you'll encounter in the game, and then we'll talk about how turns work and how you pay for these cards. So right off the bat, every deck will have a leader card. In this case, I'm running the Archangel of Death. Newhin's running Tom Banks. And this leader will always be, there you go, thank you, Newhin. This leader will always be in the leader zone, which will be in front of. Oh wait, here, there you go. You should be able
Yeah,
to mess
yeah.
with it now.
There.
Okay, very rough prototype. Um, yeah, so this leader will always be present. Most leaders will have a generic 5 power, but this will vary. And all leaders will have an ability. Leaders cannot be destroyed. They cannot be removed. All leaders can be done is they can be hit for equal or greater damage. They will be rested, and then you can hit them for direct damage towards the deck. If you attack with the leader, they will be rested automatically, and they will have 0 power while rested. But this will always be active. Leaders will have specific conditions for level ups. Right here at the bottom, as you can see here, level 2 ultimate, play 2 ultimate units, summon 4 Great Reapers, destroy 5 cards. And when that occurs, you will be able to play a stronger version of the baseline leader in order to gain new abilities and usually, some other bonus on top of it. Yeah, usually it's a little bit of both. Like, yeah, 2 different leader abilities there. Not all level ups are going to do the same thing. They're not all the same. All going to be unique to the leader itself.
Yeah,
Um,
all of them have different conditions for the level up, but all of them are also different in their own unique way that makes their deck basically special.
yes. Once you level up a leader, you will get access to something called a leader deck, which gives you access to more high-powered units. And I just realized that the PNG on this one's a little cropped up, so I'll have to. I'll see about that later, but we'll talk about that later. So that's how leaders work. Those are leader cards. But let's go over some other cards. So we have standard unit cards. These are just your generic cards. They will either come in a vanilla card format like this, where there is no effect, or they will have text in the box, which is an effect. I think almost every single card currently in the game is an effect-based card. I don't think we have a lot of vanillas, but yeah, these are
Yeah, we
just
don't have a
played
lot of
normally.
vanilla.
You pay for their cost. They come onto the field, and That's it. I'll talk more about if they can attack and stuff a little later, but this is just your standard units. I'll go over the borders in a moment.
Do you wanna point out like what it composed of?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. We can do that. So this is the cost of the card. Mana cost one. So we would only spending one mana or energy for it. We're calling it mana in this game, which I mean I think is fine. This is the power. This is what it's striking with, and this is also what it's defending with. There is no separate health bar or anything like that. It is strictly if you hit 3 or higher, you will kill this card. But if this card hits another 3, power unit, they both die. Similar crashing. I don't want to get too much in the battle on this one. But yeah, no. So this is its health and its power. This is the region it's a part of. You can only have cards in your deck that are in the region you are building your leader from. So you start with the leader, then build the deck around it. And the faction is just a group that it works with. This will matter for certain decks, but ultimately it's more like a tribal effect where only a deck that focuses on angels really cares about the idea of it being an angel. Other decks would not care about that. So yeah. So again, they all have the cost on the left-hand corner, and they have power or some form of icon or lack of icon, depending on the type of card getting into that. Tokens are cards that can be summoned by other effects. So, for example, this card right here, if one of your units dies, you can rest this card after you pay 1 mana cost, and you can summon a token with the stat line, or I believe it's the cost. No, yeah, no. So yes, it's power equal to destroyed card's mana cost. So this would gain a stat line based on this effect, but this would just be a standard token on its own. Nothing.
Hey, say, I was going to ask, what is that counters symbol
You hit.
on the
I,
left?
I I already said I would explain that after I go through the card types because that affects all card types. But thank you for your very easy setup
I mean,
here.
if we're already with that unit, we might as well just
Very,
explain
very.
it
Well,
to
no,
get
no,
it
no,
out of the
no,
way.
no, 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 because this can appear on any card type. So first we should do the main cards, and then we'll talk about the little bars on the left. But we will touch on that, and
Okay.
also feedback on how on this video like explains the rules would also be appreciated as well for those of you who end up watching this. Thank you for your time, by the way. So next type, I guess next we'll talk about this one since this is right here. This is a landmark card. This card will always stay on the field. You pay the cost, you get an effect. Usually this has a when summoned effect, but again, it's very simple. This would go over here in the spell zone, which is technically supposed to be the landmark zone, but some communication issues occurred. Nothing too crazy. The board's still a work in progress. A lot of this is work in progress. Only the cards are currently more or less their final product. But yeah, this just has effects you can usually activate. You can rest it for its effect most of the time. You pay for its effect.
Yeah, they have different conditions and different ways of working.
Yeah, but think of it as more of think of it like as a permanent ability you can always call upon. I think every deck does have one of these. And then we have our last two card types currently in the game, which are spells and equip spells. So spells are very simple. You pay the cost for their ability, and they activate their effect, and that is it. They leave the field. They don't stay on it. They don't do
Yeah,
anything
and
else.
afterwards they are sent to the grave,
Yes, they
basically.
go to the grave. Yes. Equip spells, you would pay the cost and you just equip it under a unit and it will stay on the unit until the unit dies. Some of the stuff is work in progress. Some rules might change. I don't know if I want to leave equip spells on the field unless they specifically get destroyed. But for now, or they die with the unit. For now, that is the way we are treating it. Would you like to say something? I heard your breath hitch for a minute there.
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, that pretty much they stay on the field, and if the unit is removed in some way, shape, or form, the card basically goes to the grave.
Yes. For now, that might change with some more play testing and feedback, but for now, that is how it is treated. So, with that said, we can talk about this little orange bar on the left here, because earlier I mentioned that the way you win in this card game is by attacking your opponent directly and then milling cards from their deck. Now, milling cards from your deck is never fun. It's always kind of a bit of a mechanic that, usually is never really fun to play around. In fact, when I showed Kyle the rules, Kyle didn't even read the rule book. He was just like, he just saw the mill effect and he was just immediately done and just criticized that the entire time. So, this is a damage trigger. If this card were to pop up while
You can
you're
put it
mill,
with sideways,
what?
so we can actually see it. Sideways.
I suppose I can. Yes. All right, so there you go.
There, you-
Damage
perfect.
trigger. Damage trigger. So you can only have 12 damage triggers in your deck. When this card is milled from your life, you no longer continue taking damage from that attack, and you activate the effect of this card. Now, there is still some workarounds we're having with this. I did get one piece of feedback where someone felt like we should put them back in if you draw them, but we're still playtesting everything. So when we show the gameplay, hopefully it'll make a little more sense and play a little smoother. But damage triggers always prevent damage unless the card specifies otherwise, and they will always have an ability attached with them. Even if damage goes through, the ability will still activate regardless, unless specified by the attacking card. I think one card currently in this version of the game can ignore damage trigger, but I don't remember if your card actually prevents the ability.
Yeah, but other than that, the basics is that if you take some damage in some shape or form by an attack, you basically meet that amount of cards, and the moment you actually get a trigger, the damage stops.
Yes. And so, lastly, the last type of card mechanic that needs to be covered is the counter mechanic. So, there are 4 counters in every deck. I tried to make them be cards that were important to the deck, so that way you'd actually have to choose, very carefully if you want to activate this effect or not. The way counters work is you discard this card and one other card from your hand, and the attack is completely nullified. So any number of damage you would have taken from that attack doesn't exist. The attack just does not go. It just hits 0. We'll say it
It's
reduces power
negated.
to 0. Yes. The attack does happen, but because there are some effects that do matter about that. But if you don't take damage, like for example, let's say you have 0 cards in your deck and your opponent declares an attack directly. If you do this, you don't take damage, so your opponent does not win the game off that attack. They have to attack you again. There's only 4 in the deck, but you get it, and discard one other card, no damage, and that's about it for card types. So, I guess with that in mind, since that's the overall gist of the
Wait, so
cards.
the damage goes through, or are you saying that when you are attacking, you negate the attack basically?
Okay, so
Because
this will
you
be a
can
little
attack,
more
you can
clear.
attack.
This will be a little more clear in gameplay, but you can declare an attack, but no damage will go through if you discard a counter card during the attack if you are defending. Counters only happen while defending. I don't think there's anyone in the game currently who can attack on your opponent's turn. Yeah, I don't think your cards don't do that, right? You don't have any attack on your opponent's turn right now.
No,
Okay, so not
nothing at all.
not
There's almost no interruption.
okay. So there's no there for the most part. That's all you can do during battle. Some spells can be played during combat, but most spells don't really do anything during combat. But again, we'll touch a little more on the finer details of the card game when we actually start. So I suppose we can start
There you
getting
go.
ready to do that. England, you're on the wrong side. All right, so
Okay,
we'll go
give me a
ahead
second.
and shuffle here. And then so we'll start. I'll explain the turn step by step, and then we'll go from there. So right off the bat, we start off with 5 cards in our hand from our deck. Now, the game has not started yet. Technically, we are going to look at the cards in our hand, and we are going to decide if we want to keep this hand or put cards from it into the deck to draw new cards. So, for example, I want to put this card and this card into my deck because I do not want them in my hand. And we will shuffle the deck and we will hopefully not draw the exact same 2 cards.
I'll do the same over here. I will put this one, my Mia and my Delilah into my deck, and then I'll draw the same number of cards.
As you can see, he's doing it a little more efficiently than I am, but yes. You can discard or you can put cards into your deck equal to the maximum hand. So if you have 5 cards max at the start, you can put all 5 back in and get a brand new hand, or you can put one. Whatever cards you don't want to see right away is what you would put in and then draw it out. And once that happens, we would decide who. Once we're both satisfied with our hands, you get one attempt at this. You don't get multiple. we would decide between the two players who goes first or second, rock, paper, scissors, or, some sort of dice roll. Uh, it's a little easier, if you have someone to talk to directly. But so for the purpose of this one, I'll just ask.
Yeah, that's basically player's preference,
Yeah.
basically.
So
The majority of.
do you want to go first or second, Ewan?
Go yourself, please.
All right, so we'll be going first, and because he did that to me, we're screwed. So, if you are going first, you start with one energy. Now these card counters are just placeholder images. I don't even know where these are from. I think these are from a different card game, but don't worry about these. So you do get energy to spend, as mentioned. The cards cost energy, but you do not have to discard cards to get energy. You are allotted a certain amount of energy every turn. And every turn, that energy rises by 2. So right now, I have 1 energy because I'm the first player, and I do not draw 1 card on my first turn. But on my next turn, I will have 3 energy, and I will draw 1. So I cannot do anything on my first turn because I, have no cards to play for 1 energy. So I will pass the turn over to Newhan, and then when we start the next set of turns, we can talk about the other phases.
All right, my turn then. I will draw.
Yes.
I will use my mana point since I am at 2 to summon my escort Angelica to the field.
Yes.
Alright, then I'll use escort Angelica's effect in order to look at the top 5 cards of my deck.
Yes.
And then can put them on any order. I will play this one over here, this one over here, one over here, and this one over here.
Uh,
Alright,
is that going to be your turn, or are you going to do something else?
I will proceed with an attack to your leader for 5.
Whoa! What do you mean you're attacking there, buddy? This is your first turn.
Oh, you don't attack in your first turn?
We don't allow attacking on our first turn. No, remember? You gotta attack on your second turn. Do you forget the
Alright, you
rules?
got it, boss. I end my turn.
Hang
Don't
on.
worry, explain the game as it goes. It's going to be the best way. It's going to be the best way for the people. Yeah.
I want to clarify, it's not the first time we played the game. It's just that we're explaining the rules. But actually, while he's over there getting super gung ho about killing me, oh, that's a terrible draw. I actually should explain something about the leader cards because we went into detail about other cards. But we did not talk about leaders, specifically this right here in the lower left corner. So, depending on the strength of your leader, you will have access to a certain amount of units. Now, a standard leader will have access to roughly 5 units. Tom Banks is what we would call your standard, your baseline leader. A bit of a stronger leader will have less units, so I can only play 4 units in total. And depending on the other circumstances, because for example, let me see here. So we have Alexander can only have 3 units because that is what I deemed this leader to be based on balancing. That was a little too strong. And another alternate leader who has no power can have up to 9 units. But this will determine how many units you can play on the field at any given time during your turn. Level ups may or may not change how many units you can have access to. But
Yeah, it all varies basically. Every leader brings his own flavor to the table when it comes to their own game style and the amount of units you can actually bring.
yes, I tried to shoot for variety here more than everything else. So let me just check here. I now have 3 energy. So I will go ahead and play for 3. Ideally, in person, you would have some way to keep track of this, but because it's a very bare bones program, it's just there to help us play test. We don't really have a way to, keep track of that. I will play this card for 3, and this is a blocker unit. So if my opponent were to declare an attack, this unit can redirect that attack towards them. Standard, straightforward blocking mechanic. And their passive is that they reduce all damage you take by 1. To clarify, that does not reduce the power of my opponents by 1. It specifically just means if I were to get hit directly, I would take 1 less damage. Again, if you're watching this and you think that's confusing, please provide feedback down below. But I'll go ahead and demonstrate, an attack phase, and we can demonstrate some direct damage on my next turn. So I'll go ahead and declare an attack with my leader towards my opponent's leader. You cannot attack units that are active which are standing up like this, unless they are the leader unit. Only the leader unit can be attacked. Leader units cannot be destroyed, so even though we have the same power, neither card is destroyed, and instead we are both rested. This does not deal direct damage. Only leaders that are rested will take direct damage from combat. So I will go ahead and pass my turn, and Yuhin will now be at 4 energy. Go ahead, Yuhin.
Are you not gonna try to hit me for two to show people the damage mechanic?
Yeah, sure. That's a good point. I was gonna wait for your turn to demonstrate that, but yeah, we can do that. So I'll go ahead and declare an attack for 2 on the leader. When the leader is rested, they have 0 power, so any amount of damage will get through unless specified otherwise. So Newman
One,
has taken 1 hit of damage so far, and a second hit of
two.
damage. So these cards are now in the graveyard, and also you put them in the wrong spot. The grave's on over here.
Yeah, I was chicken. I was chicken. Don't worry.
Don't
I
worry
was chicken.
about the zones. A bit of a change of pace there, but yeah. So that is how damage is calculated. I'll show it again when it's on Yuhin's turn. So I'll go ahead and pass. Units can
All
attack the
right.
turn they are summoned. There is no restriction to that whatsoever, unless specified by the unit specifically.
Oh, so units can attack when they are summoned?
Units can be attacked when they are summoned. There is no summoning sickness within the game at this point.
Alright, you got it. I will use. Since I have a.
You remind me of those instructional videos where the guy gives those really obvious like, "Oh, gee, thanks. I didn't know this hardhead protects me
Yeah,
from
that's.
damage." No,
That's
I
the
know what
joke.
you're going for, so that's good. But I just find it a little amusing. It's don't worry about it.
I will play my I Want You from a price of 1 mana,
That is not the
and
price
because
of
of his
one.
effect, I will give my Angelica 2 plus power, and then I will be able to grab an ally unit with a cost of 4 mana cost or less from my grave and add it to my hand. I
Yes.
will add my rookie to my hand.
All
Then
right. So that costed you 1 point. So you are down to 3 mana.
exactly.
And
Then I
ideally, you'd keep track of how many like points your units have, but that's why they're only like 1 digit numbers. It's a little easier to keep track of it than like need so many dice to do it currently. All right.
then I'll use my Tom's special ability in order to summon my rookie from my hand into the safe zone in the back.
So to be clear, I guess I should clarify what a
Yeah,
safe zone
thanks
is now.
to Tom's ability, it allows me to gain a safe zone, a special place in the board where I can actually put units over there for the
Also,
time being.
to clarify, that is not what his ability is specifically. He does have a safe zone, but his ability is just to play a 2 cost or lower for free. So hopefully that is worded correctly and not just me forgetting stuff. But
I mean,
there
reading
are
as it
some.
is,
It's like you can play an ally card from your hand with a cost of 2 or less without paying its cost. No, you just.
trainer gain a safe zone. It's a lot. You might play another unit on your safe zone, and if
No,
you
yeah,
do,
yes,
the unit
yes,
cannot
yes,
attack.
yeah. No. You can do that, and also the safe zone does not count towards the maximum 5 slot. Certain units, certain leaders will have unique mechanics to them. They will not. This does not affect the 5. So you can technically have 6 on the field. You can bring a unit from the safe zone out whenever, but you need to have space on your 5 to bring it out. But yeah, no, you did not have to put that in the safe zone if you don't want to. So do you want to put it in the safe zone, or do you want to bring it out to the field? Like just play it on the field.
Yeah, I'll put it on the safe zone for the time being,
All right.
and then since I cannot tribute any cards because of
Yes.
Tom's ability,
Then I will
I
tribute
will
on my turn, I believe.
play my
I can't fucking tribute
Tom
properly.
World Order recruit Helen
Yep.
over my Angelica
Yes.
for a price of 2 mana,
So,
leaving me at 1.
yes, that is due to a mechanic the card has. That is not how tributing works normally. I'll go over tributing
You show it.
right now.
You show it this if you want. Uh,
All right.
Alright. Because of my Helen special ability, inherited from my Angelica, she will gain +1 power, meaning she will be at 6.
Are you gonna do her one summon effect or no?
No, I don't have any targets on my graveyard, unfortunately. But then I will proceed for the attack then. I will attack firstly with my Helen for 5 to your leader.
All right. So you're attacking for
For
five.
6, sorry.
For six. All right.
For 6.
So I'm taking 6 damage. That's one. That is two. That is three. That is four. That is five. That is six. So because I got no damage trigger, that is a pure. That is a clean hit. That is 6 damage taken to me directly, and I can do nothing about that. I could use a card in my hand, but trying to demonstrate how the card game works.
I will then proceed to attack with my thumb to your leader for 5.
All right, we'll take that hit. One, two. All right, great. So this card does not summon itself, but we. Oh wait. Actually, no. Fuck. We already we
Maybe
already
it's
messed.
maybe
No,
it's
we already messed up because I was supposed to take 5 damage last turn, not 6, because of the passive on the field.
all right. No problem. Put one of the cards back.
Yeah. So
Don't worry.
we'll just put that here. Well, I mean, actually no. We'll just put one back because technically there was supposed to be
Yeah.
one less last turn. All right. So now we get a damage trigger. The damage stops from the other 5, and we now take reduced damage 2. So if we were to be attacked again, we would take 2 less points of damage from any attack.
Since I don't have any more units to attack, I will end my turn.
All right. We'll go ahead and put these back up. There we go. We'll draw.
You're at 5 mana right now.
Yes. So I guess I'll demonstrate how tributing works. So the way tributing works in this game is you would subtract the mana cost of a unit on the field from a unit in your hand, and then you would pay the difference. So I am tributing for 3 to play my Black Blade of the East for 5, because he normally costs 8. And when he's summoned, I can activate his effect. I can discard 1 card. Let me see here. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and discard. We'll discard this card for now, and I will
When summoned,
destroy.
active discard 1. To activate one of the following effects, destroy 1 card with a mana cost of 7 or
We
lower
we
on
can
your
we
opponent's
can
field,
focus on
and
individual
destroy
card
2 cards
effects
with a mana cost
in
of.
separate
Okay,
videos, buddy. We're trying to
just
get
to
the general
explain.
rules
Okay.
across. So yeah, and then we will destroy his 4 cost down here on the board.
Oh no.
And now, because again, units can't attack the turn they are summoned, we'll go ahead and declare an attack on Tom with the 7.
Alright, let's go then. I will take 7 damage then.
All right, that's 1.
1, 2.
All right, so damage
Since I
taken.
get a damage trigger, this turn give 2 power to another unit. I don't have any allies on my field, but I don't take no longer damage from that
Yes.
attack.
Now, ideally, if I was lucky, that would have happened to me, but it didn't. And I'll go ahead and end my turn there, because if you do not attack with your leader remains active, and your opponent has to get through them once before they can start doing direct damage to you. So it's your turn.
Alright, my turn then. I will stand my leader and then I will draw. I will be at 6 mana right now.
Yes.
I will put my rookie over here,
All right.
and then I will summon my Titan Pain for a cost of 4, thanks to his reduction ability by placing it over an unit with training.
Yes.
Since my rookie have training on his traits, I can put it over here.
Yes. So.
Alright, he has blocker, ultimate training, and intimidating.
Yes.
I will then use my remaining 2 mana to activate my straight new weapon from my hand into the field. And thanks to his ability, I will be able to equip it to my Titan Pain,
Yes.
and giving him a total of 2 power.
Yes. Bonus +2.
And thanks to Titan's Pain's ultimate training ability, he now gains an extra 2 plus power, because it has 1 unit on below him.
Yes. A lot of this is work in progress, so when I go over the individual cards in the video, I can get feedback on if it's clear or not. But yes, so
Let's go then. I will attack with my Tome to your Reaper
all
for
right,
5.
and I will not stop that. So my card is now rested.
Let's go, Titan Pain. And thanks to his training ability inherited from Rookie, this unit gains when this card attacks hits. Choose one of your allies from your grave and add it to your hand. So let's see if you wanna block it. I attack you for 8.
All right, so we're not gonna let that go through. We're going to counter that by discarding this card, and we'll go ahead and discard this card, and the attack does not go through. So we take no damage from that attack.
And with that, I end my turn.
All right, fantastic. We'll do it like this. We'll go ahead and draw, and we are currently now at 7 mana. Also, units restand. So let's see if I can do something here, or if we're gonna get a little risky. I think I'll go ahead and risk it. Now, unfortunately, I don't have dice on me at the current moment, but this leader does require dice to be used. So we're going to pay 3 of our 7, leaving us at 4, and we're going to roll dice. If it's even, we destroy one of our opponent's cards. If it's odd, we destroy an ally we control and summon a Blessed Soul or an Angel Reaper faction ally from our hand or deck with a mana cost higher than the destroyed ally +2. So I'm going to just go look up a dice sim real quickly. D20 roll. Let's see. Son of a gun. Dice roll online. Okay, there we go. So we'll go ahead and roll a D20. Don't necessarily have to, but I feel like it's thematic. And all right, so that ended up on 3. That was trash. All right, so because of that, destroy an ally you control and summon a Blessed Soul or Angel Reaper. So we're going to go ahead and destroy our unit here. And we'll go ahead and summon this card from our hand just to make things a little easier. And now we have that on the field as a once per turn ability. We have now summoned 2 of the 4 Great Reapers and only destroyed 1 card with its effect. So currently we cannot level that up. So, if I recall correctly, your blocker is at what level again?
Let me see. He has ultimate training, so he will get 2 plus power because it has a unit below him. And thanks to my straight new weapon, he will be having an extra 2 power, making him a total of 10.
Alright. So he's at 10 right now, you said?
Yep,
Alright.
he's currently at 10.
And I paid 3, so I'm at 4. So we're going to go ahead and play this card. This spell, none can escape death. Give one ally unit +3 power. We will give the first +3 power. And then we can choose an enemy unit with a cost of 3 or less mana and grant it death mark, a keyword where if this unit were to attack, it would die. So, or at least if that unit were attacked, it would die. Either way, if it's a little complicated, we'll fix it up in wording later on. But for the most part, giving it a +3 power.
You got it.
And we will go ahead and attack his Titan Pain. Is there any responses?
Yes, I will protect it.
Alright. Fuck you.
By discarding this one.
Alright, yeah. So discards it, and now his unit is safe, and we will go ahead and end our turn there. Currently,
Alright.
we are not in a good position, but hopefully some damage triggers can help us out. It's much snappier. It feels a little slow. It feels a little slow right now. That's because we don't use the program too often. We're still getting used to it, but it's a lot snappier in person, I assure you.
I'll use my Tom's ability to place my Survival Helen on the safe zone over here on the back. Alright, let me check something real quick. Oh, it's permanent. It's a permanent tree or is for the turn?
It doesn't say till the end of turn, so I guess it's permanent 3.
So yeah, it's permanent, it seems. Alright, so he will be at 11.
We should maybe switch. We might need to switch that to an equip spell later on.
Let me check what I have on the grave.
Yeah, so still in the middle of playtesting. Just want to show off the rules of the card game a little bit. Just to, like, get some feedback going and, like, you know, show a friend of mine who was asking about the rules, how the card game worked.
I'm currently at 8 mana, right?
Yes, you would be at 8. because I was at 7 last turn.
I will end my turn for now.
All right, interesting strategy. Ah, that's painful. Damn it! Why didn't you attack? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and restand our unit. Currently, right now, it has a permanent 3, so we'll just keep this on the field underneath. We'll probably change this over to an equip spell later on just to make it more clear. And we're gonna go ahead and play this for 2. We were at 9, so we dropped down to 7. This card gets 1 power for every card destroyed this duel. So we would have kept track of that earlier, but I have not used this deck in a while, so that is complete error on my part, but that doesn't matter unless this works. And also, it doesn't matter because this card is capped to being at 2 power unless you have another one on the field.
You did destroy 1 card, so he will be at 1 power.
Yes. Is it by effect?
Yeah, I think...
It's well, we can fix the word later, but they only get 2 max power per version of the card on the field. So it would just be at 2 power anyways, but technically, if you were running this deck, you would have done a better job of keeping track of how many cards have died, but I don't think anything more than 5 has died this duel so far. So
I mean, you did destroy the Helen, so yeah, it should be at 1 power. Don't worry.
So we're gonna go ahead and activate his effect. We're at 7 again. Yeah, we're at 7, so we're gonna activate it for 3. Roll d20. Okay, it landed on 3 again.
Okay.
So we're going to kill our unit, and we're going to search our deck for a Reaper that costs 2 or more. But before we do that, we're going to use this card's effect. When a card is destroyed, activate one of the following effects, but you may only use each of the following effects once per turn. So we can do this 3 times. So we're going to go ahead and heal equal to the mana cost of the destroyed card. That means we're going to heal for 2. However, it should be worth noting, you cannot heal back triggers. So we're going to go ahead and we're for sure going to heal that, but let me just make sure there's nothing of value here that needs to be healed. I think we're just going to heal. Yeah, we're just going to heal those 2, I think. I don't think there's anything better to heal off this effect. So, yeah, the only thing you cannot heal back is triggers because that would make the game go on fucking hell. Alright, let's do it like this. There we go. Still learning the mechanics here. I think it's Z is the shuffle. Z is the shuffle. And, well, actually, wait, why the fuck am I shuffling? I gotta find a fucking one for this ability. Alright, so I gotta find a 4-cost Great Reaper. Oh, perfect. There he is. So, we'll go ahead and just shuffle since, you know, that was supposed to happen after the fact. And now we have summoned 3 of the 4 Great Reapers that we need to summon in order to level up. And we have destroyed 2 units so far. So,
you were at 9, right? And
yes.
you use...
So I was at 9. I played the 2 cost, and then
You
I
use
activated the effect.
Archangel Subject Effect, so
Yeah.
that's
So I am
5
at
mana wasted.
yes.
So you're
I
at...
am at 4 right now. But this was summoned off his effect. This wasn't summoned by me playing it. So
Okay.
yes. So on top of that, we'll probably end up using this effect actually. Yes.
You can also perform a tribute, right?
I could, but we're not going to do that for reasons I'm not going to get into.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and use his ability to give him Death Touch. This means that if any unit were to block me or stop me, they would die this turn. So,
okay.
For now, we're going to attack with the Reaper towards Tom.
I'll rest him.
All right, and now, or we're going to use our leader. And now we're going to attack with the Reaper, our 4-cost unit, to attack Tom. If it is blocked, that unit would die.
I'll take it
my
then.
Would die too.
For 5 damage?
Yes, 5
right?
damage. All right, so
1, 2.
Fuck.
My Bank's Harmony effect will
Bullshit.
activate. I play this card on my field and the damage will stop.
Yes.
So I'll place it over here.
So
and this one going.
We'll go ahead and we'll attack for 11 towards Tom. This card.
I'll take that.
What's my
anything
luck?
you want to change or something?
Nope, that's it. What's your luck?
Right. First.
Fuck!
Oh, recruitment. And thanks to his ability, I add this card to my hand.
Yes. And so now no damage is dealt, and my attacks were worthless, and I end my turn. And now I hate life.
My turn. I will draw,
So
and
to
I
clarify,
will.
Tom's level of condition is either playing two ultimate training units or having 5 units die. So he has not achieved level of condition in any capacity yet.
All right. Let me check something. I
Leland
will
does
put my
not
head on
normally
the battle
play
area.
this deck at all. Usually I'm not playing the Reaper deck. We
I'll put
play
it on the
tested it
ally
out and we're
zone,
fine. All right.
and then since my Tom, the Walking Disasters level up condition is level up to 2 units to ultimate, by placing the units with training over them, I will pay
It's just
8
playing two ultimate
mana
training
in
units. You
order
don't
to
have to
play
train.
my Tanya, leaving me at 2 mana.
Fuck.
Then, because I summon her, my Tom will be able to evolve. So I will
Yes.
be evolving him into
A
my
leader.
Tom, the Walking Disaster. And because of Tanya's ability, since she was summoned, I might summon
So to clarify that as the
as
card's
many
effect.
allies in your grave as possible with the training keyword to the field and safe zone. Then you might add up to 2 cards with the ultimate training keyword from your grave to your hand.
Yes.
So I will.
Ultimate training does count as training. It just specifies adding the cards to your hand specifically, but you can summon an ultimate training unit off of this. If that does sound confusing, we'll reword it later.
Add Tanya to my hand, and I will add my Elena to my hand.
Yes.
All right. Uh,
And all these
I'll
units can
just.
attack.
Hmm?
And all these units can attack.
I will. Alright, since my Tanya has ultimate training, she will be at 10, so I will attack your leader with 10.
All right, and I can do nothing to stop that, so we'll take that damage. Okay,
First
perfect.
check.
We got a trigger. So we summon this unit from your grave to the field. The way triggers work is it would go to the grave, but this will just summon it onto the field. And that
Yep.
would be our third Great Reaper. So we are still rested, but we have leveled up as well.
Alright, also, we forgot to remind, since my Tom leveled up, I get to draw a card from my leader deck.
Yes. So I'll go ahead and draw one as well, but it's not going to help me.
I will attack with my Helen for 5.
All right. I cannot do anything about that. So let's see. No trigger. No trigger. No trigger. No trigger. And that is a trigger. Our trigger is we can summon a Great Reaper from your grave with the cost of 8 or lower. Fantastic. So we'll be summoning this Black Blade of the East back from our grave. And no more damage is taken, but his effect will still go off because it is a when summon effect. We can discard 1 card, and we will discard our leader deck draw. We can kill units, kill 2 cards with a mana cost of 2 or lower on your opponent's field. Lady Death reduces all their units' cost by 2 on the field, and 1 for each additional Great Reaper. So I discard 1 card, and I will kill your 2 Titan Pains.
Destroy 2 cards with a mana cost of 2 or lower, and she will reduce them by 2.
Well, no, because read the bottom part. Because it says increase the maximum mana cost you can reduce with this effect by 1 for
By 1.
every.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you have a 2.
So I'm
Okay.
reducing it by technically 5 because I'm not sure if we're going to count her as part of that effect or not.
Yeah, it basically counts herself, yeah.
All right,
Because for every ally
yeah,
with
then
repair
they're
factor on your
reduced by
field, yeah.
6. So yeah, I can kill both of them.
Alright. They are destroyed, and because of my Helen's effect, since my attack hit from my order recruit Helen, I might add 1 ally unit in my graveyard to my hand. So since Titan Pain was destroyed, I will add it to my hand.
Yes.
Oh, this one goes to graveyard also.
Yes, and so is the equip spell.
Yep.
Very nice.
That's a tight position indeed.
Yes. So he played Tanya this turn for 10, but in a normal scenario, if you still had mana, you could still play units with mana and keep attacking on top of that. Battle phase is not its own phase. It is during the main sort of summoning phase, and you can go back and forth here. So you can strategize around how you want to play around triggers, like what this
Since I
weapon.
still have some mana, I have some mana left, and
So
I
you have
still
two.
have two, I will activate my recruitment in order to give my order recruit Helen an extra 2 power, and then I will add a
Oh
rookie from my graveyard to my hand.
shit! Actually, this is supposed to no. This is a your turn effect. Never mind. We're good. We're good.
Let's go. I'll attack with my tomb, and since he has a special ability, I will be able to attack you directly.
Yes. So Tom's level up does not need me to be rested to deal damage to me. No trigger. No trigger. No trigger. No trigger. No trigger. So that you're dealing only 5 damage or more.
Yeah, I'm just dealing 5 damage,
All
and
right.
because of my Tomb World Air Recruit, train passive, when your leader attacks while this ally is rested, I must stand this card.
Yes.
And I will hit you for 7 to your leader.
All right. First check. All right. We do have a trigger check. Summon this ally unit from your grave to the field. Now you cannot summon over units currently on the field, so I cannot summon her. But the damage is stopped because she is a damage trigger card.
Exactly. And with that, I will end my turn.
All right. Fantastic. So we'll go and do this. Do this. We'll go ahead and draw one card, and we'll go ahead and grab a card from our leader deck. So let me think. Oh, so yeah, we have to restand this guy. So let me just refresh myself on this card's effects. This card has permadeath, so any unit killed by this card cannot be returned to the field. So it would basically be removed from the game at that point. And we have a once per round active. Target one card on the field and destroy it. If it's an ally card you control was destroyed by this effect, you may summon a Blessed Angel or Reaper faction ally from your hand or deck. So, what do you have on the field right now?
I have a Tanya, I have an agent Helen, and I have a order recruit Helen.
I think I'm just gonna go ahead.
And an Angelic on the back.
All right. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna activate his effect, and I'm going to kill your Tanya. And because it was 10, we are going to go ahead and activate his effect to heal back 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That does not go there, so we can't heal back down triggers. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so we will be healing back these cards, and they will be shuffled back into our deck. And they will just sort of act as a cushion to help us out from getting fucking massacred. Again, no damage triggers or heals as a result of this, because if they did, the game would last for fucking ever. And next, we will go ahead. That ability did not cost any mana, but
Yeah, it doesn't cast any mana, so
let's see here.
you're still at 10.
So we'll go ahead and pay 4 to activate Eyes of Death, and we can destroy a 4 cost or lower in place of our Archangel's ability, so our leader's ability. So we'll go ahead and destroy your Tom Order agent, since that is reduced by Lady Death's effect. And
Yep.
that should let us, and we'll go ahead and proc the second ability, which, well, okay, so we can't even do this anyways. We don't worry about that. We don't worry about that. That was just a board clear. There was nothing else going on there. All right, and now we'll go ahead and begin our attacks. We'll go ahead and attack for 7 towards your leader.
I'll take it. First check. Second check. Third check.
Nice.
Fourth check.
Oh, that's a
Trigger.
Fuck.
So he will be placed over here.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and attack your leader for 6.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A clean hit indeed.
Nice. All right, and we'll go ahead and we will attack you for 11 towards your leader.
11.
Yes. Oh, he's got a response.
Yeah, I got a respawn and I will use it with
Ooh,
my Jigo.
yes.
Discarding my Titan Pain.
Very nice. And we'll go ahead and attack you for 5.
I'll take that. 1, 2,
Oof.
3.
Oh,
My string new weapon.
all right. And
I'll get the power to my Order Recruit Headed, giving her an extra 2.
did this buff or no? No, it just plays the card.
No, it doesn't. It only in main turn.
All right, so she is now at 7. Does she have endurance? She does not. So I'll go ahead and swing my leader 7 into your Helen.
You got it.
And
She
now,
will be dead.
yes.
Oh
And
yeah, because he has dead, right? He
yes,
has made
yeah.
permanent. Yeah.
So it is
So
removed the
she
game.
will be removed from the game.
Yeah, so the card I destroyed with the effect, one of the Tanyas is also removed from the game. So if you want to just get rid of a Tanya in your grave real quickly, technically, yeah, but yeah, because I used this effect to kill Tanya earlier. I know
All
you
right.
have more than one.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, so we'll just get rid of one. Yeah, and I'll go ahead and end my turn there. Now
All
I
right.
could strategize around it a little easier, like a little more, and play around like certain attacks, keeping units alive and stuff. But at this current point, there's no real reason to do that, especially since it's just like showing off a bit, just how the game systems work.
This one is going to go over here. All right, let's do this
All right.
or not.
And just to clarify, even though I have more cards than him, I do not have any more damage triggers. So, or I don't have as many as he does. So, he can get rid of these 30. If I can't stop him or kill him within like a turn or two, or perhaps even next turn, depending on what he does now, I might just flat out. I might not be able to defend my deck against that.
I'll activate my
Did you draw from
Red
your leader deck?
Moon's Glow. Oh, yeah, right. Sorry. You're right. Oh, okay. I will activate my Red Moon's Glow for a price of 4, leaving me at 6.
Yes.
And then I will use my Tom's ability to put my Rocky over here. And then, since I still at 6, I will pay a total of 5 of my mana to summon my Delilah for a price of 5.
All right.
Alright, since she has ultimate training, she will be at 8. And thanks to Angelica's effect, she will be at 9. And then I will trigger my bank's memory ability once per round to arrest this card, grant +1 power to an unit unit on the field until the end of the turn. So I'll rest my 2 to give her a total of 11 power.
All right.
I will attack for 11 to your leader.
All right. First check, second check, third check, fourth check, fifth check. Oh, okay, we got a trigger, but we cannot activate it because we cannot play a unit because we already have too many units. But so yes, there we go.
And I'll attack you for 5.
All right. First check, second check, third check, fourth check. Oh, we got our trigger, but it was at the very end, so the full damage goes through, and we cannot summon that unit.
I end my turn.
All right. Restand. 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 And we'll go ahead and draw one from our leader deck, and we'll draw one from that's rough. From our unit area. And we will go ahead.
Is that your ally? I mean your leader. Sorry.
Oh, right. Thank you.
You want? Yeah.
There we go. All right. So currently, yeah, we can heal back. So we're gonna go ahead and activate our leader's effect to kill his Delilah, and we will heal back 7. One again, no damage triggers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So for those of you who might have noticed by now, I'm not really putting our units back onto the field. This is kind of my end game board anyways, and we'll go ahead and shuffle there.
Also, for clarification, since Maitolada had to be permadead, the units below her they don't go to the permadead area. They basically go to the grave,
Yes, they do
as
not.
you saw.
So they go back there. Only unit on top does. So we're gonna go ahead and attack for 11.
For 11, I'll use my Red Moon's Close effect, special ability from a stage spell, and I will be able to change the attack target of any attacking unit.
All
So
right,
I will change your 11 to your uh,
take your time.
yeah, to your Lady Death.
All right, so my lay death is now destroyed. And yeah, so that my attack has been foiled, unfortunately. For shame. Can I do anything to stop that? Okay, actually, wait. We can. Because once per turn, when a card is destroyed, activate one of the following abilities, and we can summon back Our Lady Death because it's equal cost to the card destroyed. However, we did
Wow!
lose our strongest attack, so that kind of sucks. So, boo. Boo on you, good sir. Boo on you. And because of his effect, if one of your let me make sure I'm reading this correctly. Uh, if one of your ally unit cards is destroyed, we draw one. Now, unfortunately, in most games that'd be great. In this game, that's one less help for us to have. So every time one of our ally units die, we draw one as long as he's on the field. So, we will go ahead and attack you for 5. See what we get.
Let's go.
One,
1,
two,
2,
three.
3, 4, 5.
Did we get through all your triggers already? We'll go ahead and
I
attack.
think, yeah.
We'll go ahead and attack you for 7 to your leader.
All right, let's go. 1.
Oh, trigger. That's
Oh,
trigger. Fuck. All right. We'll
so
attack you
trigger.
for 6 to your leader. We.
1.
Oh, fuck.
Damn.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go for it. 7 to his leader.
Let's go.
This is.
1, 2.
Oh,
Recruitment.
fuck. Okay. So I end my turn, and now we're gonna see if he has any way to come back from that because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 triggers in the graveyard, and so that would mean that at bare minimum there would be 6 left in the deck, assuming I don't have any in my hand.
All right, I'm gonna try something crazy. Why not? I will stand these ones since it's my turn. I will activate another Red Moon's Glow.
All right,
So
perfect.
now I can redirect 2 attacks.
Yes.
And then
There is
I
no limited battle
will.
landmarks you can have on the field.
Alright. I'm at 6 mana, so I'll activate my strange new weapon to give it to Ricky, putting him at, I think, 3.
Yes.
I'll activate 1 recruitment to give him an extra 2 power, giving him 5. And I will be able to recover.
If he plays it right, I think he. I don't know if he can win this turn per se, but he can come very close. It depends on how many triggers I have still left in my deck.
Oh, wait, a cost of 4 lower. Okay, so let me see. There you go. Debtor. I'll add Debtor to my hand. And since I use. Alright, so we use 4, so we are at 6, 2 from this one, so we are at
You're at 4.
4, minus 1 will be at 3. I'll use another one then. I'll use it to give an extra 2 to my rookie, so he will be now at. Yeah, he will be now at
So
7.
plus
And then
2.
I'll recover.
Yes. So you can
Let
recover
me
up to 4 points.
scroll real quick. Yeah. I will add another of my Jigo from my grave to my hand in
Yes.
order to get some protection for the next turn.
yeah, when I was making this, I really wanted to make sure if I was gonna do something like just tap the entire stack new hit.
All right, okay, yes. And
I
then
really want to make sure you go. Alright.
I'll use my bank's memory to rest the three of them in order to give my rookie an extra three, so he will be at 10.
All right.
I'll attack 10 to your leader.
All right. One, two, three, four, five. Damage trigger. So six damage went through. Damage is reduced by
All
one for
right,
the rest of this turn.
and I'll attack you for 4.
All right. One. Oh, damage trigger, but we cannot summon it.
And I end my turn.
I'll say that's 8 damage units. All right. So let's go ahead and restand.
Let's see if you got what it takes to finish me.
I was gonna say I think that's practically all my damage triggers gone. Oh, nice. All right, we'll go ahead and draw that. So, as you can see, despite my leader's strong ability, I really wanted to make sure this game was well balanced. And now this is my board for the rest of the game, so if this can't end it off, then we're in trouble. Okay, well, this is going to be completely worthless, but we're going to go ahead and activate our leader's ability to destroy his unit for 2. That's going to heal back 2. Not
Because
exactly.
why not?
Yeah, not exactly the numbers we were hoping for. And, well, let's see what happens then. So we're going to go ahead and swing for 7 at your leader.
I'll take it. 1, 2, trigger.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and swing for 11 at your leader.
I will counter that. This one.
All right. We'll go ahead and swing for 6 at your leader.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, I'm almost there.
Swing for 5 at your leader.
5.
Yep.
Yeah, sure, I take it. Last card. Okay.
All right, and we'll go ahead and swing for 7 at his leader.
Yeah, I pretty much lost. There you go. The attack goes through.
So
And Sim is the winner.
So Newhan actually misplayed this so hard. He had 2 red moons glow. He could have redirected 2 of my attacks and killed my entire board.
Do you want me to use them or do you want me to keep playing? Because I can't keep playing.
Well, no. If you want to end, that's fine. But I want to be clear that like he had options to turn it around. It's just that
I can't do it. Do you want me to show you?
No. I mean, if you want to end it there, that's fine. I just want. Okay, so we have 1 damage.
All right, we can end it here. No problem. No problem. We can end it here. This is what I have left.
Yes. Yeah. No. I was assuming because if you had another Tanya, then you should have won the game. Because he could have just stopped my attacks, and I had 1 damage trigger left. So yes, if he actually wanted to end it, he could have won the game by using this to stop my final attack. Although I did have some tricks on my sleeve, it's just that it probably wouldn't have a certain. So that's how a standard game would go. Although there'd be a little more strategy going on. We just kind of brute forced it midway through because at least that's how this deck works. You kill your opponent's board and then brute force it. Tom's is revival, or kind of revival. It's more just like recycling your deck, bringing units back. And the other decks all have different play styles of their own. But yeah, so that is how the game sort of plays overall. Which this video is an hour long currently. Normally games do not go this long, I assure you. But with explaining everything, it went on for a while. And we're both using decks we don't use too often. Because usually...
We still get the things through, so it's a basic tutorial. So what it counts is that it's basically understandable, and from what it is, I think we did pretty solid.
Yes. Hopefully, anyone who watches this video has a decent idea of how the game plays and how it works. If for the people who do end up watching this, if you still have questions and stuff, please feel free to put them in the comments down below. And I think this was all we're going to be showing for today. I don't think we're going to go any further than this. So
I mean, if people actually like it, we can actually show more of the other decks. We can do other matches if they actually like it. We can show what other surprises we have.
Yeah, I'll probably still do it anyways. It's just to yeah. Also, before he does something like that, we can actually how do I? Oh, well, yikes. I was gonna say wasn't planned to leave the room, but we could have just reset it. But yeah, so that's more or less how the card game works. If you ended up watching it this far, I appreciate it. Thank you for your time as always. And if you can offer any feedback on how it looks or how you think it plays, please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day, and I'll see you guys on the next streamer video. Take care, everybody.